Hello friends, welcome. Let's relax for a few minutes and chat about fragrance. Today I'm gonna pour out a few bottles that I have illogical feeling of not wanting to waste. Even though they're not discontinued, even though they're still readily available, they're not super expensive, but I just feel like they're so good, I don't want to waste them. It's very, very illogical. I don't know why. I haven't figured out what is the feeling. Okay, but these are a few bottles that out of my collection I feel are my top of my favorites. So maybe that's why. Even one of them I even have backup bottles, which doesn't make sense, but I do. So the first one is an easy one. Dior Homme, the original. This one, you probably heard the new version, the 2020, Dior Homme 2020, which smell very, very different than this. And after the 2020 came out, I was worried. So I went and picked up a twins. So I have two bottles. One is a backup. If you don't know about what it smells like, the notes are iris, cacao, powdery, earthy. It's aromatic. So if you have not been in the fragrance hobby for a while, you wonder, wait, iris? Is that a lady's, isn't that a lady's perfume or lady's scent? Yeah, you're right. A lot of ladies' fragrance used, the iris notes, and it can lean feminine. Some people describe it as like you open a lady's makeup bag, and that's what it smells like. Yep, that's what it smells like. I can attest to that. It does. But if you put it, if a man wears this and the wind kind of blows on you and it carries in the air, it doesn't really project that much, but when the wind carries the scent, it smells really nice, especially during nighttime. At least that's how I feel. You put this on, you go to a restaurant and you're waiting outside and it's nighttime, you dress nice. By the way, this is a very, you could wear, I should say, it suits better if you're dressed up. That's what I'm trying to say. When you go out to dinner, when you go out to being with the people you love, it's a great date scent. So it's a classy, elegant, sophisticated scent that is lovable, and both male and female, both men and women can wear and carry. I was gonna say, would it work well for teenagers, 15, 16-year-old? It might be too much for them. It might be too high scale, unless they're really dressed up, like going to a prom and they're trying to feel all grown up. Maybe they could pull this off. But what I'm trying to say is a classy scent that maybe is suitable for somebody that knows what they're doing. All right. This is on the top of the list of a lot of people's favorites. The one in this line, let's see here. This one is Dior Homme O, and there's also the Intense in the back, and there's the Parfum in the back. The whole lineup are favorites of people's, and definitely well deserved. So going back to what it smells like, just imagine a beautiful iris plus lavender plus a cacao with some leather. That's what I pick up. Yes, it's a tad bit fresh, just a bit, but it's more of a soft, more of a semi-sweet from the cacao, and the irisy notes is pulling up beautifully. So here it is. I think most of people heard about this or smelled this before, so I'm not gonna go in super in depth. All right, guys, thanks. Second one is not much talked about from the line. The house is pretty well known. Mancera. This one is Mancera Gold Prestigium. The others on the lines are very much talked about or hyped. Example, let's say here, the red tobacco. All right, and there in the back there's Cedar Blase. Those are the two most talked about and hyped, and they're very, very good as well. But my favorite out of everything is this one, Gold Prestigium. And if you're reading the notes, you would say vanilla, fresh spice, citrus, wood, oud, white floral. Well, I'm sorry, let's go back. The top notes are agarwood, pepper, bergamot. The middle notes are orange blossom, rose, vanilla, leather, white musk, oak moss. And it might be confusing with all those notes, but let me help you. To summarize, I smell honey, and honey with some little bit tad of wood. When I say tad of wood, meaning sometimes the note of wood, OUD, might be hard for people to take. Some of them are made so powerful and stringent. But in here, it's in the background. It plays really, really well with this honey note. It's not as, because of that, adding together with some pepper, it's not a straightforward honey bomb, not at all. Not like the other one you can't see from here, but up there is the zoologist bee. That one is honey plus honey plus honey plus honeycomb. So plus honey hive, honey bee hive, all right? But this one, it doesn't go straight honey, but what I smell is honey straight up. So when I first read the notes of wood and all those leather, it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe leather plays a part in this, some minor part, adding the texture. But what I pick up most is the honey, and that's why it's so comforting. When I wear on the springtime and winter, it works so well in the cold weather. And you can smell some sweet rose maybe and floral in the background, even some jasmine. But it plays a small part. And vanilla, I think the combination of wood and vanilla comes up to the scent of honey. That's why I'm picking it up. Even though it's not listed, honey is not listed as even a note. But that's what I pick up the most. So I'm guessing it's a combination of vanilla plus the bit of wood. All right, so people would describe this as being classy, so maybe age 25 and up. And if you ever try Mancera, you know it doesn't go supernatural. It doesn't go the super realistic vibe, but it is synthetic, but in a good way. All right, they play with the chemistry really, really well and come up with a lot of different variation. This is a house that introduce new fragrance, many bottles every year. So some of you might be overwhelmed by which one to go try, and is it worth it? Is it worth the price? Yes, it is, but grab it for under 100. The discount is 160. I'm sorry, the retail price is 160, but grab it. You gotta grab it under 100. Go shop for it, you'll find it, and it's well worth your money. All right, there's a lot of good ones in the line, and this is my favorite by far. Not to say the other one are not as good, but this one just stands out head and tail. So what does it smell like? Just remember, honey, 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 honey. There you go. Next one, I'm not gonna take too much time because I just recently reviewed this one. Not reviewed, but I did a comparison. Yeah, I just recently did a comparison of, this is Parfum de Marly Layton. I did a comparison with Lalique White and Black. So I talked about this a bit, so I'm not gonna spend too much time. It's a powerful, warm, spicy vanilla, fresh spice, woody, aromatic, a bit of fruit. The fruit comes from apple. That's the most prominent note that I'm picking up, but it's not a straight up apple. It's a green apple adding with a lot of spice to it, and it's very strong. You never smell a very powerful apple before. This is this is that, a very powerful apple. All right, and adding with the cinnamon, that's the few things that I'm picking up the most. I think it's, maybe not cinnamon, but okay, I think it's pepper and sandalwood. That's the combination with some vanilla and apple. But vanilla and apple and cardamom are the strongest notes, with some lavender up there. All right, and this one is also favorites of a lot of people, especially if you enjoy fragrance as a hobby. You heard of this one, and most of you, I think, will own this. And if you haven't, you do want to save up for it. It's not cheap, and it's well worth the money. So I'm not gonna get too much into it, but just remember, it's a very powerful apple plus the lavender and vanilla. So that's what you get, and it lasts for a day or so. It's super powerful longevity. It projects really well. That means a lot of people around you can smell it. They don't have to be right next to you. That's what projection is. It shoots out, and atomizer shoots out a lot of juice, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to use it much, because this is a beautiful puppy that I love and rarely use. I'll use it on a special occasion, but to be honest, if you're a beginner, it might be too strong for you. So the people around me that's not used to fragrances, sometimes it may be hard for them to take. But there you go, it's a great one. Now the last one, it's a very special one to me. This one is Dream Woods from Galleria Parfum. A few reasons why it's a special fragrance for me. Number one is the spokesman for this line of fragrance is Ash from the YouTube channel Gen Scent. It's probably my number one, number two reviewer, and I've been watching him for the longest time. And every single day, seriously, when I wake up, the first thing I do is just turn on YouTube and watch his reviews. So yes, that's how much I like him and respect him. So when he came out with a line of fragrance, for sure I gotta pick it up. So I bought the sample pack, but I bought a sample pack. At first I was thinking I'll just, because it's a bit pricey, especially when it first came out. So I bought a sample pack and thinking, okay, I'll pick up a few first. But then after I got the sample pack and tried them all, and I basically bought all the bottles, except I'm missing one, is Moving Time. It's a long story, but I don't have that one, but I have everything else. And I have not opened, I only opened two. I opened this one and the Cognac Cafe. But so far, this is my favorite, probably I would say my top 10 fragrance in my collection, or even top 5. That much how much I love it. The bottle, from everything to it, from Ashton, from the bottle itself, from the smell, everything is perfect. This for me is a perfect fragrance. The presentation is gorgeous. The cap is heavy as heck. Yeah, you can throw it at people or at bad guys. The atomizer is pressurized, is awesome. It sprays out perfect amount of juice. The bottle itself, look at this, the purple, what is it called? Basically, just look at this. You can see how beautiful it is. Right? Now, what does it smell like? Dream Woods. It smells creamy, woody, warm spice. That's what I pick up the most. The feel, the vibe. As far as the notes, there are ginger, there are tonka bean, there are cardamom, lavender, fig, nutmeg, driftwood, juniper berry. But what I'm picking up the most is the vibe of creamy wood, high skill, upper class, sophisticated, perfectly rounded. There's nothing harsh or punchy in this scent. And by the way, the nose behind this, the perfumer, is Bertrand Duchaufour. And if you know anything about fragrance, you know Mr. Duchaufour is one of the very, very best. And so when Ash worked with Mr. Duchaufour, you know you're gonna have a very, very, very top-notch fragrance. Oh, by the way, this one, Timbuktu, the bottle right here, that's also from Bertrand Duchaufour. So, in summary, you just imagine combination of woods, adding in a creamy style and adding some extra notes like lavender and cardamom in the background, and with some ginger, and that's what you're gonna get. It just, and spice, it is coming out strong. This one, I think it's more of an intimate scent, okay? So it's not going to project super loud. It's not going to punch people in the nose. It's not going to yell or shout. It's not going to last forever. So this one, I think, is the right combination of intimacy plus it's lovely. It's something that you want to wear when you're just hanging out with your loved ones, especially a movie night or at home. If you read a book and listening to to relaxing music, this is the one. Oh, and you could even wear it outside for sure. You walk around the woods and to smell like woods. But when I wear this at home, it gives me the very relaxing. If I have a lot of bottle of this, I'll wear this every night. I'll put it on myself and put it on my pillow and while I go to sleep. Seriously, I'm not playing with the name Dreamwood, but it really is a great scent for if ready to go to sleep. It helps relaxes me. So, but then because I love it so much and I don't want to waste it, that's why I put it on this list. This is the reason why I came up with this idea for this video. Is I want to wear this every night, but I don't because I love it so much. I don't want to waste it. Even though yes, I could buy more bottles of it, but this is just an illogical feeling of I want to treasure this. So that's how great it is. All right, if you've not tried this line, give it a try. I tried the whole sample pack. I love every one of them. There's one for every occasion or every vibe that you want to get. All right, so this one. It's my favorite so far. Is the second one. I also love the other one, the Cognac Cafe, but this one is the two full bottle that I opened is my favorite. All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.